Very good morning to one and all. Good morning, students. This is the online lecture series. This is subject code PH8253 Physics for Electronics Engineering. This paper is common for ECE, BE, ECE students, EEE students, as well as electronics and instrumentation students. Now we are going to see Unit 5 Nano Electronic Devices Introduction. This video is only meant for introduction. What is nano electronic devices and what are the advantages over a device made from bulk material. Okay, I am Dr. S. Santosh, Assistant Professor Physics, Tandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. This is the Unit 5 Nano Electronic Devices. These are the topics which going to cover in the upcoming slides. Now I am going to cover what is introduction about the nano electronic devices. Later we are going to cover electronic density in bulk material, size dependence of Fermi energy, quantum confinement, quantum structure, density of states in quantum well, quantum wire and quantum dot structures, Zener-Bloch oscillation, resonant tunneling, quantum interface effects, mesoscopic structures, conductance fluctuations, and coherent transport, Coulomb blockade effects, single electron phenomena and single electron transistor, magnetic semiconductors, spintronics, carbon nanotubes, properties and application. And these are the outcomes. After completed these course, student will be able to understand the basics of quantum structures. What are the quantum structures and how these quantum structures find application in spintronics and carbon electronics. Okay, and these are the textbooks uh, can be used. These are the textbooks can be used. Then what is nano? In school days, you people may hear about these terms hexa, beta, tera, giga, mega, kilo, etc. etc. And the multiplication factors also given here. And here, what is nano? Nano is 10 power minus 9, which means that 0 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 0, 7, 1. Which means that the value of nano is 10 power minus 9. It is the scientific notation. If nanometer, okay, a meter is the unit, nanometer, physical unit. Nano is the scientific notation. So when you mix these two, nanometer, which means the 10 power minus of the meter. This is the size of the material. 1 nanometer equal to 10 power minus 9 of the meter. So the size comparison as given here, this is almost 10 crore times of the nano size. This scale is in the scale of nanometer. This many number of nanometers is the size of the base bulb. If you keep on reducing the size, for example, bacteria, it's around thousands of nanometer, which means that in around 1 micron or 2 microns, etc. Around 10 nanometer. So viruses, the size of the viruses is around 100 nanometer. And this is the one glucose molecule is around 1 nanometer and so on. So why I am showing here means we have to imagine how small the nanometer is. Next. And this is the nanomaterial definition and classification. This is the bulk material. This is the nanomaterial. And what is the difference between bulk material and nanomaterial which we are going to see. Here, this is the definition. Nanomaterials are those which have structured component with at least one dimension is less than 100 nanometer. You can say any material have three-dimensional structure. Okay, for example, in terms of cube, which means the length, breadth and thickness, three x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, length, breadth and thickness. Okay, now This, if the three dimension, all the dimension, the size of the dimension is greater than 100 nanometer, then the material is called bulk material. Okay? Then the material is called bulk material. If any one of the dimension, say x-axis or y-axis or z-axis, say any one of the dimension is less than 100 nanometer, then the material is called nanomaterials. Okay. Now, what are the classifications of nanomaterial? Which means that one dimension in nanoscale. For example, if you cut the x-axis, if you keep on cutting the x-axis, or you can remove the x-axis, that finally end up with a sheet. Have you imagined? Finally end up with a sheet. So, the bulk material, in the bulk material, if you keep on decreasing the size of one dimension, one dimensional size is keep on reducing to nanoscale, we end up with a two-dimensional material, which means that these thin films are surface coatings, etc. Here, if you see here, this is one dimension and this is another dimension, and here the thickness is around nanometer. Here the x-axis, y-axis is greater than 100 nanometer and z-axis is less than 100 nanometer. So this is called a thin films or a 2D nanomaterial. Okay. Then two dimension in nanoscale, which means that you keep on decreasing the y scale size, y dimension size also. Already we decreased x dimension, we end up with a sheet. Now we are going to decrease the y dimension also, then we end up with a tube or rod, etc. So this is called nanowire or nanotubes. Nanotubes means inside it should be hollow. Okay, this type of material is called one dimension material. So nanotube, nanofiber, nanoribbon, nanotubes, nanowires, these are all a one dimensional material. Then three dimension is in nanoscale, which means that you keep on decreasing z size also. Already we decreased x-axis, we removed y-axis. Now we are going to decrease the size of the z-axis also in terms of nanometer. Then we found only a small dot around whose x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, all the axes are in nanometer. That material is called nanoparticle or nanoprecipitate, nanocolloids. Generally it is called clusters, zero-dimension materials. Zero-dimension materials, or it is called quantum dots. We are going to quantum dots in detail in the upcoming slides, so no need to worry about the quantum dots now. Okay, or quantum dots, these are the zero-dimension material. So now I think you are understood about what is nanomaterial and what are the classifications of nanomaterial. Then why we go for nano? Why don't you go for, why we are not going to use bulk material, micron size material? Why we go for nanomaterial? Because nanomaterials have superior properties than bulk material. These are the superior properties. Nanomaterials have better mechanical stability than bulk material, which means that it can withstand more pressure. Also, nanomaterial have better thermal stability over bulk material, which means that it can withstand high thermal stability, high temperature also. Okay, and nanomaterials possess good catalytic activity. As you know that nanomaterials are smaller in size, which means that surface to volume ratio is increases, surface area is increases. So what is catalyst? Catalyst is a thing which is going to increase the speed of the chemical reaction. Okay, kinetics of the chemical reaction. So nanomaterial provide enough surface to make the chemical reaction very fast. So nanomaterials have good electrical conductivity. In bulk material, there are so many collisions happen between the electrons in the small region itself. So it offers more resistance. But in the case of nanomaterials, the electron motions are constrained, and here the ballistic motion of electrons, which means that a bullet, the electrons are moving like a bullet, stream of bullets. So the electrical conductivity is increases when we decrease the size of the material, which means that in bulk material the electronic conductivity is very much high, very much low, which means the resistance is very much high. When keep on decreasing the size, the nanomaterials have the better electrical conductivity due to some physical property changes in the electron, on the electron, that we are going to see in detail in the upcoming slides. Okay, we are now I am going to introduce what are the things. You have to familiarize these words, that's all. So nanomaterials have better magnetic properties than bulk material, better optical properties than bulk material, etc. The nanomaterial find applications in these regions: quantum electronics, nonlinear optics, photonics, solar cells, ceramics, etc. Now the recent field is nanocatalysts, nano devices, nanomedicine, etc. And these are the advantages of nanoelectronic devices. What are the advantages of nanoelectronic devices? Like in the last slide, we see what are the advantages of nanomaterials. Here, nanoelectronic devices, which means the shape of the size of the electronic device is less than nanometer, or the nanoelectronic devices means the material, the device can be fabricated using nanomaterials. So it gives good scalability, which means it has the size of the material, size of the device, or size of the that device is going to very much less. Okay, then low power consumption. Power consumption is very less, and it gives better electrical conduction. Memory chip densities increases. If you search in the Google, you can find the size of the memory card, 1 MB or 1 KB memory card is equivalent to one room size. If you search in Google Images, you can find the image. But now 1 terabyte we can keep in our packet. 1 terabyte memory chip, we can keep it in our packet. See how much memory density increases, how the size is reduced, and also how the memory density is increases because of arrival of these nano science and nanotechnology in the science. Then weight decreases. So these are the advantages of nanoelectronic devices. I stop here with this introduction. From the next lecture series, I go on into the subject in detail, and thank you.